Lena had always been a night owl. The stillness of the night comforted her. The world seemed to slow down, and the quiet allowed her to think clearly. It was a habit she had since she was a child, but tonight felt different. The wind howled outside her small apartment, rattling the windows. She curled up on her couch, a cup of tea in her hands, and tried to shake off the unease that had settled in her chest. The feeling was irrational. She knew that. Nothing had happened. Nothing was out of place, except for the feeling that something was watching her. She glanced around the room. The shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally, reaching out like fingers trying to grab her. Lena shook her head and let out a nervous laugh. She was just tired, she told herself. The long hours at work were finally getting to her. But the feeling didn't go away. She decided to turn in for the night, hoping that sleep would chase away the unease. As she got up from the couch, she heard a soft thud. Lena froze, her heart racing. It sounded like it came from the hallway. Her apartment was small, and she knew every sound it made. This was different. It was as if something or someone had knocked on her door. Lena crept toward the door, her breath shallow. She pressed her ear against the wood, straining to hear anything on the other side. Silence. She slowly unlocked the door and opened it just a crack, peeking out into the dimly lit hallway. It was empty. She let out a breath she didn't realize she was holding and closed the door, locking it securely behind her. It was just her imagination, she told herself again. But as she turned to go back to her bedroom, she saw it. Out of the corner of her eye, in the mirror that hung on the wall, she saw a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at her. Lena gasped and spun around, but there was nothing there. The room was empty, but the reflection in the mirror was still there. Two red eyes floating in the darkness, watching her. She stumbled backward, her heart pounding in her chest. This wasn't real. It couldn't be real. She squeezed her eyes shut, willing the image to go away. Heavy, Lena's body lay on the floor, her eyes wide open, empty and lifeless. But if you looked closely, you could see a faint red glow deep within them, a remnant of the horror that had taken her. And if you listened carefully, you could still hear the slow, raspy breathing of something that should never have been unleashed.